You ready for more riddle metal fun time, Angie?
Yeah.
This sounds like I can't wait for more things that'll make me feel incredibly stupid 30 seconds later.
I love solving riddles to get a reward, which is what this game is about.
That's exactly what this game is about. Solving riddles to get an immediate reward. Who should we get a puzzle from next?
What about those two?
Shannon-chan and Cannon-kun. Sure, looks like they'll put up a good fight.
Do you need something, Ava-sama and Angie-sama?
Don't be stupid, Nae-san. They're asking us for puzzles.
My apologies.
Shannon was as absent-minded as ever. However, Cannon looked extremely calm and would probably have a well-polished puzzle ready. Okay, I'll go first. Use that time to think up a good puzzle, Nae-san.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So if I'm buying time for Nae-san to think up a puzzle, I'll have to make one tricky enough to keep you stumped for a while. You've got guts, kid. Let's have it, shall we? Show us the hardest one you've got.
Don't provoke him. I want an easy one.
Now that I have Ava-sama's permission, allow me to present an insanely difficult puzzle. What a little shit. I love it. Leave this to me. I'll solve it. A scholarly king once decided to give out prizes to the learned people of his land. The one who won the copper prize got 29 gold coins. The one who won the silver prize got 47 gold coins. The one who won the gold prize got 79 gold coins. So how many gold coins were given to the one who won the platinum prize?
Interesting.
Okay, so my first thought is it's a mathematical sequence. Let's figure out what it is.
Yep.
But every other puzzle has been your first instinct is a trap. What is the real puzzle here? The thing is, the platinum is the platinum prize an actual thing?
And that depends on what prizes you want to give, I guess.
Well, let's first work it out like it is a mathematical sequence, right? In that case, copper got 29, silver got 47, gold got 79. I don't understand. Okay, let's ask Eva.
Yeah. The number of coins are really different and kind of weird.
Wait a second, Cannon-kun, what are you thinking? There's no way she'll be able to get this one right. This is just to buy time until Nae-san can think of a question, so do forgive me.
Thank you. I've thought of a question.
Oh, understood. Now then, Eva-sama and Angie-sama, I'll give you a hint. Copper is 29. Silver is 47.
Is it element numbers?
And gold is 7. Oh, nice. That's the hint.
That's just what you said in the question. That's not a hint.
Copper is 29. Silver is 47. Oh, so that's it. How would you expect a literal child to know that?
Huh? You got it? I get it too. Platinum is better than gold, so the prize must be more than 79 gold coins.
That's wrong. With these rules, the platinum prize is probably worth less than the gold prize. Isn't that right? It is as you say. It seems you've already found the answer. This puzzle is impossible for Angie-chan. You'd need to have gone to middle school at the very least. I'll answer it. Is that all right, Angie-chan?
So it's totally going to be like 57 or something, or whatever the element number for platinum is.
Let me look up, yeah. Go ahead.
Sure.
Platinum. The answer is S+. You gotta get your pure platinum ranks in your platinum game. Atomic number 78.
78, okay. I'll leave it to you.
So let's see.
78.
Correct.
Awesome, Anteva. Why? Why is it 78 coins?
I like how even in universe it's Ava who answers this one for her because like there's no way a kid's gonna know that.
Yeah. If platinum is better than gold, then why does gold get more coins?
The number of coins you get is always the same as the atomic number of the prize. Copper is 29, silver is 47, and gold is 79. And by the way, platinum is 78. So the platinum prize gets you 78 gold coins.
Aunt Ava, you're incredible. Dad once told me that Aunt Ava was an enthusiastic studier and really, really smart, even back when she was in school.
Well, don't give me too much credit now.
I think she had a whiny voice like that, right?
Yeah. Even George Oni-chan, her son, is smart, so Aunt Ava must be really incredible.
I still can't believe the last time we saw young Ava was when she was the length of her skirt was coming up and up to suit Battler's whims.
In the fucking
In fucking Game Master Battler.
Yeah.
God damn it. Still, that was a pretty nasty riddle to choose. You should have at least given one that Angie could understand. You did give me permission to show her the hardest one I've got.
That's right. You said it yourself. That's why we got a puzzle that was too hard for me.
Is it my fault? I'm sorry, Angie-chan. But look, we got a medal, so please forgive me.
We got another medal. Just how many have we gotten so far? But we still have a lot left to get. Next up is Shannon.
Is this meant to mimic, like, this is what kind of an empty feeling it would be if Umineko was just a bunch of riddles where you had to choose the answer. You don't want it to be like this. At least, like, you don't want the meat of it to be like this. In this context, it's funny because it's showing us the dimensions of the characters that Battler really wants Angie to make sure she doesn't forget.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if Umineko was just like, oh, make sure, oh no, who could have done it? A, B, C, D. Because then the whole thing just becomes like a save scum thing, right? And and that prevents you from thinking. Sorry, I've got feelings.
Mine isn't that hard, so you can relax.
After all, you managed to think it up.
You're making fun of me.
Burn.
Then, do you want to have a go at it too, Cannon-kun?
Stop hitting yourself. Bring it on. It sounds like you'll be able to understand it this time, Angie-chan. I'll stick to giving hints again.
Okay, I'll do my best. Wow, I sounded like Shannon for a moment there.
Wow, that's incredible.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll solve it. Another medal for me. Let's go then. Listen carefully.
W? Oh, you gotta read the riddle.
W equals white chocolate. P equals pepper jack cheese. A equals anchovy pizza. O equals lemonade. Question mark equals black coffee. Which letter does the question mark stand for? W, A, B, I, or O?
Interesting. So the first three are there to mislead us, obviously, to thinking that it's something about the first letter, right? Because that's not true for lemonade.
But what is true of those cases? We have
Wow, I am with... could B is given as one of the options, obviously. I have a feeling that's the naive choice?
yeah, that's probably not it. So let's see. What do these have in common? The three?
So it's leading us to thinking that it's a letter puzzle, right? Like a word puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably not what it is. What else could it be? Well, let's ask Aunt Ava for a hint, because I feel like we're getting nowhere with this simple riddle.
I don't get it. What do the letters mean?
Could it be the first letter of each word? That's what I thought at first, but white chocolate starts with a W, pepper jack starts with a P, and anchovy starts with an A, but then how do you explain lemonade being O?
Do you get it? If it's about letters, spelling out big words like that is hard. You don't need to know how to spell any hard words. If you and Ava-sama work together, I know you'll be able to solve it. Don't you have any more hints? I do. I'll teach you the letters for some other foods. First, watermelon is W.
Okay.
For P, how about picante potatoes?
Specifically picante potatoes. Okay.
Albacore tuna is an A.
Okay, so I had one other thought about it, but I need to go back and check. Okay.
Orange lime sherbet would probably be an O.
Probably. It really does sound like the first letter is the key, but then how do you explain lemonade being O?
I love W foods. Cookies and cake are W, right? That's right.
Is it taste? Is it like... So it isn't the first letter after all. What's going on? Is the W group about desserts? But watermelon isn't a dessert. P is picante potatoes and pepper jack cheese. A is anchovy pizza and albacore tuna. O is lemonade and orange lime sorbet.
Huh. Picante potatoes and pepper jack cheese are spicy.
Anchovy pizza and albacore tuna.
Are fishy.
Fish. O has fruits in it. Or is like sugary drink. Is like sugary. But no. O is tart.
Yeah.
O is tart. I think it is tastes, which is gonna suck because I can mostly taste okay, but you know one's taste of sense of smell and taste are linked, and I can't smell at all. So this sucks. But we should be able to figure it out.
I sort of get it, but I sort of don't. It's a little annoying. One last hint. I'm sure your parents don't let you drink coffee.
Yeah, okay, it is taste.
Do you know how it's supposed to taste?
Bitter.
I had a little once. I thought it was going to be sweet, so I was really surprised. I'll never drink it again.
I've got it, Angie-chan. Thank you. Thanks to you, I probably figured it out.
Okay, so it's about tastes.
So, funnily enough... So, how are tastes traditionally classified?
That's a great question.
If I remember correctly, it's 4 primary tastes?
I'm a fan of the 2 primary tastes theory, good and bad.
Unhelpfully, Google is like, what are the 5 basic types of taste? What are the 7 basic types of taste? What are the 8 basic types of taste? Fuck.
Yeah, I think that's because there isn't necessarily a correct answer. The
5 specific tastes received by taste receptors are saltiness, sweetness, bitterness, sourness, and savoriness. Is it still going to be B? No, it's not. We're probably going to get this one wrong.
It's so we
I
can
don't think
rule
we're gonna
some
get
of them out immediately, right?
Yeah.
Because we know it's not the same as white chocolate.
Okay, so it's not W.
Or pepper jack, or anchovy pizza, or lemonade. So it's not W, A, and O from the choices. So it's got to be either B or I. If we know it's either B or I, then how do we know? How do we map those taste groups into the letter? Oh, is W
Sweet.
sweet? The W is the second letter in sweet. P is spicy. The P is the second letter in spicy.
A is the second letter in salty.
And
Oh.
O is the second letter in sour. So I bet it's I, the
for
second letter in bitter.
That's fucked up.
I bet that's it.
All right. Big money, no whammy. See, Angie-chan? Think about the taste of all these foods. How does white chocolate taste?
Sweet.
And as soon as you started, it wasn't until we said them aloud and started spelling them, we're like, oh, the second letter. That's because it gets you stuck on the first letter by. That's very devious. Because even knowing we were being tricked, it wasn't enough to know that that we were being tricked by being tricked. And what about pepper jack cheese?
Spicy.
Then how about anchovy pizza and lemonade? I see, so that's what it is.
Anchovies are salty. Lemonade is sour. So what is it? Do the letters match the tastes?
That's right. The second letter of sweet is W. The second letter of spicy is P. And salty is A. And sour is O. So what does black coffee taste like?
Bitter.
Bitter than the blackest night. Trite. Wait, wrong game. Someone in the wrong dude there. Exactly. And the second letter of bitter is... Wait, when did you drink coffee? Hold up, what? Rudolph, get over here.
I had an espresso like half an hour ago. That's why I'm so peppy.
I had an espresso when I was like 2 and I haven't gone to sleep since.
Nice job. You got it right, Ava-sama and Angie-sama. And Ava, you're so awesome.
We had to work together to solve that one. It's a team effort.
And here's my medal. Please take it. All right, I got another medal. Thanks. You didn't get it, did you, Canon-kun? I'd bet it was hard.
Not bad coming from you, Nae-san.
Why don't you try saying sorry for making fun of you? If you don't, I'll make all your meals O and I.
Ugh, joke's on you. I've got a very refined palate. And also, joke's on you. You have to eat the same shit too. O is one thing, but eating I all the time would be awful. Could you imagine someone who just only wanted to drink coffee? Ugh.
I want to eat W all the time.
Careful, you'll get cavities. But if you ever come to my house to play, I'd be more than willing to share.
Yay! I love you, Aunt Ava.
In the end, Cannon caved under the threat of I cooking and was forced to apologize to Shannon. This isn't over, you hear me?
That's all for our puzzles. Did you enjoy them? Yeah, thanks.
Seems the others still have some brain twisters waiting for you. Please be careful. Good point. Everyone left. Looks like there'll be a challenge.
But we'll win. We can do it if we work together.
That's right. Let's combine our wits and move on.
Goodbye and good luck.
What a fucking game this is. Shannon and Cannon returned to the kitchen with the serving cart. The dining hall was filled with such an exciting and fun atmosphere, but out here in the corridor, one was reminded of fierce winds in the rain. But they were satisfied with this. The whole point of this noisy farewell party was to forget the loneliness of the rain for just a little bit.
So, we've reached the end of this long game.
I feel relieved. Finally, we won't have to be toys for anyone else. I like to be quietly forgotten, to get covered with dust and vanished.
You're wrong. We aren't going to vanish like that. In the world locked inside the cat box, our future will continue, unknown to anyone.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's a world that even we can't know about, so I forgot.
And just what kind of future will we make for ourselves in the cat box world?
I don't know. That's why it's called a cat box.
Good point.
Don't you have any regrets, Nae-san? About George-sama, for instance? Receiving that ring is all you can do for George-sama. As for marriage, living together and all the rest.
Our future inside the cat box is what will make all that come true, isn't it? I'm not the only one. It's the same for you, right? What about a future for you and Milady Jessica? I could break off my engagement with George-sama, then leave the island and disappear. That future is also possible for me. In that world, you wouldn't have to hesitate for my sake. You could enjoy your youth to the fullest with Milady.
If you gave up on your engagement with George Sama, that sort of world might be possible.
So, since it's a cat box, the world where I spend my life with George Sama and the world where you spend your life with Milady can both exist at the same time.
It's a world where any contradicting dreams can exist at once, huh?
That's the world we'll be put away in as pieces. So there's no need to be lonely, no need to be sad. Even though the me here right now can only observe the part where I accept George Sama's ring. The other me, who lives in the cat box in a world I cannot witness, will surely build a happy life in the future. The cat box is such a strange thing, a place where any pieces and toys and dreams can be kept. It's no cage sealing us in. On the contrary, being inside the cat box means being free from everything in countless worlds.
A world where we're freed from everything, and yet where all of our wishes come true. However, the me in that world won't be the me here and now. It's a bit depressing.
Hey, Canon-kun,
Yes?
let's do it.
Do what? Alright.
Let's have a duel.
Ha! No? Not alright. Are you sure?
We both wish we'd settled this much sooner, and yet we've put it off until the last moment, just before the game is going to end.
Sure, alright. The game is nearly over anyway. Now, here at the very end, it's time for us to settle things by ourselves.
That way, we'll be able to see our future before we're put away in the cat box.
Sure. Let's do it. How will we decide it? A coin flip? Or with pistols again?
Yeah, I was thinking pistols at dawn.
We don't have until dawn.
In that case, why don't we have our own quiz tournament?
You're really getting into this, huh?
Okay then, first question.
Oh, those two.
Yeah. Well, there it is. Yeah. I'm gonna give Angie a really hard one. I'll trick her with my extra hard puzzle and make sure she never gets my medal.
I'll solve it. I'll definitely solve it.
As soon as Maria and Angie crossed gazes, they started fighting. The two girls so close in age were really good friends, but they also fought a lot. Especially when they were opponents in the game. Maria-chan probably knows tons of different quizzes. This should be interesting. Let's have it.
Yeah, not now. I'm the star, so I'll go after.
Really? You're sure it's okay for me to go first?
Yeah.
Then let's begin. Ready?
Oh my god! Oh.
Rokkenjima is about to explode. There's only 1 hour left until the explosion. Rosa can make it to the stack of ingots in the underground VIP room in 3 minutes. However, the ingots are heavy, so she can only carry 1 out at a time. Furthermore, it takes her 5 minutes to carry it up to the surface. She starts at the surface and goes back and forth between the surface and the underground VIP room. So, how many ingots can Rosa carry out of the underground VIP room?
Is this really? Where's the trick?
Let's think about it.
Okay, so Rokkenjima is about to explode. There's only an hour left until the explosion. Rosa can make it to the stack of ingots and 0 isn't an answer, so it's not a trick in that matter. In 3 minutes. Rosa can make it to the stack of ingots in the underground VIP room in 3 minutes. However, the ingots are heavy, so she can only carry 1 out at a time. Take 5 minutes to carry up to the surface. Start at the surface. It goes back and forth between the surface and the underground VIP room. How many ingots can... Alright, so if we solve it naively, that's 60 divided by 8, right?
Yep.
Which is... 7...
7.5?
Well, 7, and then she gets down there in 3, and then she's on her way out when it explodes. Okay. So I guess 7? Is it... but that's not... That's just the naive puzzle. So
yeah. Let's ask Aunt Ava just in case we're being tricked again.
No, we are being... Or is the trick that we're being presented with so many things that we're finally presented with one that isn't tricking us?
And some of them weren't that tricky. Some of them were, some of them weren't.
Huh, I guess you don't need a hint for this one.
You're right. I made it for Angie-chan. It's probably a bit too easy for you, Nae-san. An hour is 60 minutes, and it takes 8 minutes for each round trip.
Good luck. I know you can solve it. I won't give you a hint this time.
All right, so it is that easy.
So it's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm waiting for the other foot to fall here, but
Yeah, I don't think there is one. Huh? Why is that wrong?
oh.
Oh.
So what did we miss?
Interesting.
So what did we miss? We finally fucked up. I'm sorry, everyone. We fucked up bad. We fucked up bad.
Sorry about that. I guess that was a little mean.
How many can she carry out? She can carry out 1 at a time.
Was that an answer? 1? I don't remember
Let's see.
that being
The
one
key
of
to the
answers.
puzzle is the part about how many she can carry out.
Oh, looks like I made a pretty simple mistake. I've been taking on so many tricky riddles, I've gotten a bit too tense. Because that didn't give 1 as a possible answer, did it?
Why is it wrong?
Did we just do the math wrong? What's 7 times 8?
7 times 8 is 56. Because 8 times 8 is 64. How many she can carry out? What's the riddle? Okay, we can't back up to the riddle here.
Yeah.
I am so tempted to reload our save, but I feel like that might defeat the point of whatever. I feel like maybe that defeats the point, so I guess...
Damn, I can't believe we were defeated by a puzzle meant for a 6-year-old finally. Did we just click the wrong button or something? Well, let's roll, see where things go.
Yeah, whatever. What worries me most is that, like, we sat there, we were like, okay, so how is it trying to trick us? And we decided the trick is that it wasn't tricking us.
We
And
just said it wasn't.
So then what did we fuck up?
Yeah, I don't know. Now for the one you've been waiting for. Good luck with Maria's puzzle.
So it's finally my turn. You took so long on Mama's easy puzzle, I got a little worried. There's no way you'll ever solve this one.
I've got Aunt Ava with me and we'll solve it together.
Impossible. Even Aunt Ava can't solve this one. Wolves and sheep puzzles are incredibly hard.
From her handbag, Maria pulled out a wolves and sheep puzzle book that was worn out, well used, and had a majestic feel to it, like a grimoire.
You know what wolves and sheep puzzle is, right?
I know. You show me those all the time. They're puzzles about using a boat to take everyone from one shore of a river to another.
They usually have a few bizarre rules. When there's wolves and sheep, you can't let the number of wolves on either shore get bigger than the number of sheep, right?
Yeah, that's right. Send a boat back and forth, moving everyone to the other side while making sure that there are never more wolves than sheep. Yeah. But the ones just wolves and sheep are the simplest, easiest, plainest, beginner's basic practice puzzles.
When you get to the higher levels, you have many things other than wolves and sheep. It's pretty clever.
Should we write this down on a piece of paper?
Good idea. That'll definitely make it easier for you to sort out your thoughts.
Sounds like this puzzle will be a handful.
There's how you'll get my medal, Angie. Yeah.
I won't lose. I'm not gonna lose.
You must use a two-passenger boat to carry each person to the opposite bank of the river. On the near bank, there is a peasant, his wife, a shepherd, a sheep, a cow, some meat, and some vegetables. All of these count as one passenger on the boat. The boat can only be rowed by the peasant, his wife, or the shepherd. The wife is with the shepherd while the peasant isn't. If the wife is with the shepherd while the peasant isn't around, they'll run away together. If the shepherd is near the meat when both the peasant and wife are not around, he'll eat it. If the sheep is near the vegetables when the shepherd isn't around, he'll eat them. If the cow is near the vegetables when none of the humans are around, he'll eat them. If it's a lot of trouble to unload the meat, once it's been unloaded once, it can't be unloaded again. Vegetables are easily bruised, so they can only ride on the boat once. Can you achieve the objective in the smallest number of steps?
Are you fucking with me?
Okay.
All right.
So
So let's ask on Ava real quick here. Ava, anything enlightening you want to share with us? Wait a second. Whoever heard of a puzzle with such complicated rules?
Do you only about the know about the ones with wolves and sheep? It's got lots of complicated puzzles that you got to deal with in different ways. See? You don't get it either, right, Angie? Nah.
please give me a hint.
You have to organize your thoughts carefully. Only 3 humans can row the boat. Then you have to memorize all the things to look out for. When the peasant is away, you can't leave his wife with the shepherd. When both the peasant and his wife are away, you can't leave the shepherd with the meat. When the shepherd is away, you can't leave the sheep with the veggies. You also need someone to watch the cow, but any of the humans can do that. Still, I guess the meat is the real key to the whole thing.
I see. You can't put it on the boat again once you take it off, but doesn't mean you can only take it across once.
That's right. The veggies can only make one trip, so you gotta, once you send them across, you can't get them back. As long as you don't take the meat off the boat, you can take it back and forth as much as you want.
It's so complicated. Even after thinking about it, I don't get it at all.
We'll have to write it down and sort out our ideas. Do you want a pen and paper too, Angie-chan?
Impossible. You'll never solve it. If only you just give up. Thinking is a waste of time for the incompetent. Nah.
Can this really be solved? Don't tell me there's actually some contradiction that makes it unsolvable.
Ew, who knows? Nah.
Okay, so what are the fucking rules? So now what can happen? So now we've got over on this side the meat, the vegetables, and all the humans on the left side. So if we're going to leave the vegetables over there, we need to be able to leave the shepherd. So the vegetables are safe until the end now. Let's just leave those be. Because the vegetables can come over on the last thing. Because the meat... If the shepherd is near the meat when both the peasant and his wife are not around... Okay, yeah, that's fine. Because as long as the shepherd isn't the one bringing the meat over, that's fine.
Well, not just isn't the one bringing the meat over, but once the meat is brought over, someone else is brought over before the shepherd is.
Right, that's fine.
So, let's see. What if we bring the shepherd over now, then?
All right, so then we have one of those two bring the shepherd over?
Yeah, have the peasant bring over the shepherd.
Okay.
Because the wife can't be alone with the shepherd.
Yep. And then the
wife comes back.
So the shepherd can't be around the meat, but the shepherd can be around the vegetables fine. So now we just make a trip for the vegetables, make a trip for the meat, and then make a trip for the last two. That's 6 more steps.
That's not quite right. So we can bring over the vegetables.
Yep.
But then once we bring over the meat, we would have a problem. Someone has to row the boat back, and that would leave the shepherd alone with it. So we have to first bring somebody over and leave them there, then come back and get the meat and bring it.
Right, so we can't... Okay, so...
But we can do the veggies first, right? So
and it can't be the wife that does it.
Yeah. So let's do the let's write them out. Let's do the veggies first.
So
anyone can bring veggies.
Yep. So
wait, not anyone. It has to be the peasant specifically.
Has to be the peasant specifically, brings over the vegetables. Okay, step 9 then. So now with all those over there. So now the shepherd... They can't leave the shepherd alone with the meat. So now the peasant has to bring his... The wife has to bring the peasant over there.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the wife
then
has
the
to
wife
come
brings
back.
The peasant over there. Wife comes back. And then wife brings the meat over. Step 11.
Yep.
Step 12. And then so on step 11, the wife brings the meat over, and then that's everything.
Okay.
So 10 to 14 steps.
Yeah. Can you think intuitively of a way to shorten it? I can't.
I don't think so. I think that's pretty stringent.
It seems like we actually did... It seems like this really wasn't too hard at all. That's the minimum number of trips to bring over this number of items.
Yeah, but just making sure it was possible and that there wasn't any fancy...
But just to be clear, this is the minimum number of trips to bring over that many items. Full stop, right? Even if these rules weren't there, if you have a 2-seat boat, one of those people
Assuming someone needs to be
in it.
Yeah, then yes, because you can move over one every 2 steps until the last one.
And we have how many in total?
7.
1 every 2 steps until the last one where you can bring 2. Yeah, so I think that 11 is the hard minimum, even if the rules weren't there. So since the rules are there, we...
Because 10 steps to bring 5 things over, and then 11th step to bring the last 2.
Yeah.
And we've found a way that we can do it without worrying about anything. It's 11 steps. Its answer's going to be B.
I can't wait to get this one wrong.
Wrong. Can't even do this one. You suck, Angie. Yeah, ow.
Maria, show some manners. I thought so hard before getting that answer, but Maria One-chan just burst out laughing. The laughter broke off when Aunt Rosa hit her, but then she was grinning again.
I don't get it at all. What was the difficulty level for this one?
It's about 20 picarats, I guess. Lots of the
Rats.
From, so that's, I believe a Layton thing.
What?
Professor Layton.
Huh.
The difficulties in that are based on the number, are based on picarats. Is
Okay.
what I'm told.
Lots of puzzles in the book are much harder.
I don't know what a pika thing is, but apparently even this puzzle doesn't count as a hard one for Maria One-chan. I hung my head dejectedly. Maria One-chan kept on laughing until Aunt Rosa smacked her again. That's the end of our riddles. Let's play again sometime, okay?
Next time I'll have a really nasty puzzle that's even harder. One so hard even I couldn't solve it.
No way. I'm not playing with Maria One-chan anymore.
Look, Angie-chan, your parents are waving at you, so let's go. See you later, Rosa.
Sure. Later, Angie-chan, there aren't too many people left with puzzles for you. Keep it up until the end, and make sure you keep cheering her on, Nason.
Of course. We got all these medals by working together, right?
Yeah. We dashed away.
I'm guessing we must have just missed a failure state in there somewhere.
Yeah. Dad and Mom are waving at me from over there. I'm sure they've thought up some mean problems. Still, they have to be easier than Maria One-chan's. I hate Maria One-chan. She's such a meanie.
Oh, that's rude.
So the thing that gets me is the hint that was given to us made both in the problem description and in the hint we were given, it brings up, you can bring the meat across multiple times. You just can't load it more than once, which made me think, is there a reason we would need to send someone across with the meat, have somebody else go back across
with the meat,
and then have a different person go across again with it?
Right.
But we didn't seem to run into that.
Which I'm guessing means that we missed a failure state while we were setting this up, which I guess fucking forgive me. How's it going, Angie? What's up? Did you get a ton of medals?
I wonder how many it is now.
Me too. Let's count them later, okay? Seems you've been given quite a few puzzles already.
Yeah. Once I get your puzzles, I think only the cousins are left.
Is that so, huh? All right. Time to take a shot at Mom and Dad's puzzles. I'll warn you, they're going to be pretty hard. Everyone says the same thing, but we just keep on solving them.
Yeah. We'll get those medals together.
That's the spirit. Okay, I guess I'll go first then. There were 3 girls, Miyoko, who was the oldest, Satoko, who says Rika isn't the oldest, and Rika, who says Miyoko is a liar. Nipa. Only the oldest of the 3 girls is speaking the truth. So who is the oldest?
Those 3 are a Higurashi.
I see. Why is it printed twice?
That's unclear. Probably a graphical error of some sort,
All right,
I would
so
guess.
Only the oldest of the 3 girls is speaking the truth. So who is the oldest? So let's just work this out, I guess. Well, give me the hint first. Give me the hint first, because if it's another one of those things where we don't need to spend the time working it out because there's a trick to it. Oh, it's a classic liar puzzle. Those are the ones I'm best at. Oh, you mean lying is what you're best at? Got him. Ow.
Wow. I didn't think Dad's ears could stretch that far.
Rude. Only one of them is speaking the truth, and both of the others are lying. So if you find an answer where 2 of them are telling the truth, it's wrong.
I don't really get it. I want some more hints.
That's all for my hint. If you want more, try talking to Aunt Ava.
Aunt Ava.
Rika is the key here. Rika says that Miyoko is a liar. So if Miyoko is speaking the truth, then Rika is a liar. And if Miyoko is lying, then Rika is speaking the truth. In other words, since that pair contradicts each other, we know that one of them is lying and one of them is telling the truth. That's Ava Nason for you. Exactly right. In liar games like this one, you can see a pair that contradicts each other. You know one of them must be telling the truth. Neither of them is Satoko, so she's already confirmed as a liar. The answer's already popped up. So yeah, let's just work it through then. So if so they say Satoko must be lying.
Yep.
Right. So if Satoko's lying, Rika isn't the oldest, that means Rika is the oldest.
Yep.
If Rika is the oldest, then Miyoko is lying and Rika is telling the truth.
Mhm.
That's two people telling the truth. That can't happen. Right. Okay. So cool.
Wait. What?
Huh? What, that was pretty straightforward.
Sorry, it sounded to me.
Right. So if Sadako is telling the truth, which is the
Mhm.
one that which is
Yeah.
the one that they're like, this one has to be right out, right?
Yep.
Then that means Rika is the oldest. That means Miyoko must be lying, and Rika must be telling the truth. That Miyoko is a liar. So that's two people telling the truth, both Sadako and Rika. So that's not right.
Ooh.
Right. So that's just confirming that is indeed a failure.
Okay.
Yes. I'm just confirming what they were telling us.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's check the other two. If Miyoko is telling the truth, she's the oldest. That's the truth. Yep. That means Sadako is lying. Rika isn't the oldest, which means that means Sadako is lying.
Mm-hmm.
Rika isn't the oldest. So that means Rika has to be the oldest, which is interesting. Which would have to be false. Or rather, which would have to be false, which would make Rika the oldest, which would make two of them the oldest, which can't be true. Okay, so that's a contradiction. So if Rika is the oldest, then that makes Miyoko a liar. That makes Sadako a liar, and Rika telling the truth. So it's Rika.
Okay.
Nipa.
I was confused because I thought we were already going from the point of what they said.
I wanted to just confirm it.
I
sorry.
got thrown off.
I'm sorry. I wanted to just confirm it. So the answer is Rika.
Yeah.
Nipa. I'm feeling I need to say that right every time.
Nipa. Rika.
I wonder what our Rika voice is going to be like.
I know.
You're going to
right?
have to prevent me from giving her Erica voice. Right? You're going to have to like hold me at gunpoint to prevent that from happening. That's right. Nice job, Angie-chan. Hard to imagine such a smart girl being related to that dolt of a father. Yeah, sorry for being a dolt, by the way. Nice going, Angie. Did you think of all the combinations?
Yeah. If Miyoko is the oldest, then what Sadako says is true. Only the oldest person is supposed to tell the truth. So that doesn't make sense.
That's right. Then what if Sadako is the oldest?
If she is, then Rika would be telling the truth when she says Miyoko is a liar, which doesn't work. So Rika has to be the oldest.
Good job. Here's my medal for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mom.
Yay.
I can't believe a fucking 9-year-old beat us at the riddle game.
A
fictional-
9-year-old, she had a book she was cheating off. She had a book come up with the riddle for her. But yeah, she did beat us at the riddle game. Rudolph is up next. I wonder what sort of puzzle he has for us. Well, guess I'll do a liar puzzle too. Let's crank it up a notch this time. This time, Miyoko, Sadako, and Rika are all wearing masks. None of them know who is who. We'll have them write on paper so no one can recognize the voices of the others. Okay. The girl on the right says the girl in the middle is Miyoko. The girl in the middle says the girl on the left is Miyoko. The girl on the left says the girl on the right is Sadako. Of these three, Miyoko is speaking the truth. However, Sadako and Riko aren't necessarily lying. So who are the three girls from left to right?
Interesting. So, this seems doable.
Of these three, Miyoko is speaking the truth. However, Sadako and Rika aren't necessarily lying. What the fuck? Okay.
So, we know that right and middle can't both be true. Left could be true,
So we have
along with either.
left, center, and right. Girl on the right says girl in the middle is Miyoko. Only Miyoko is telling the truth. So that would mean the girl in the middle.
It doesn't say only Miyoko is telling the truth. It says
Oh.
Miyoko is,
So that
but
would
the
be,
others may or may not be.
So if the girl on the right was telling the truth, if the girl on the right can't be Miyoko, because Miyoko has to speak the truth.
Yeah, and it would make she would be saying that she's someone else.
Right. So this can't be Miyoko. So and Miyoko can't be in the middle either then, because then she'd be saying that she's somewhere else. So Miyoko has to be on the left. Right. So that just leaves Satoko and Rika.
And if Miyoko's on the left, she's speaking the truth.
So the girl on the right is Sadako.
Yeah.
Right, and then That leaves Rika in the middle. So that'd be Miyoko and Rika, Nipa, and Satoko. Which would be MRS. That would be answer E.
That seems to track.
All right, let's ask on Ava real quick.
They're all wearing masks, and except for Miyoko, we can't tell if they're lying or telling the truth. This one's hard.
No, it isn't. I've already figured it out. This is even easier than the one your mom gave a second ago.
Why?
You can't trust the two who aren't Miyoko, so you first need to figure out who Miyoko is. Miyoko doesn't lie, right?
Yeah, Miyoko doesn't lie.
So start off by figuring out who Miyoko is, then read through the puzzle again. I'm sure you'll see it at once.
Just think about who Miyoko is. Okay, I've got it.
Okay, so... You really do whatever Neva Ne-san tells you, don't you?
Yeah. Aunt Ava is nice and smart and I like her, so I do what she tells me.
Now you do what she tells you, huh? Next time we try to feed Angie eggplant and bell peppers, we'll need to ask her to lend a hand. Alright, so that's from left to right. See, the way I would have tripped it up is had the last answer be from right to left. Just to fuck with us.
Oh, fuck. That'd be so
from left to
rude.
right, though, it is Miyoko, Rika, and Sadako.
I know who Miyoko is. She's on the left. After all, the girls in the middle and on the right both say that someone else is Miyoko. If they were Miyoko, they couldn't lie and say that someone else was Miyoko.
That's right. Miyoko is supposed to be honest. So when someone says that someone else is Miyoko, they can't be her.
So since the middle one and the right one aren't Miyoko, the left one automatically is. And since Miyoko speaks the truth, then it's also true that the kid on the right is Sadako.
Which means the only kid left, the one in the middle, is Rika. Nipa. Perfect. Guess all I like was nothing. Angie, you really are smart like your mom. Nah.
Dad rubbed my cheek and hugged me.
Yay! Well, we failed the 100% run.
Can't wait to get bad ends because we didn't get enough medals for the collectathon segment.
Okay, you
That'll
know
be
what?
awesome.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Again, I'm sure it's fine. Listen up, Angie. Life will lead you through countless puzzles. Aunt Ava is here to help you now, so it's okay to rely on her. However, you'll have to solve most problems in life by yourself. And when that happens, you must remember the advice you've gotten from those who have helped you in the past.
Okay.
Take these things you're learning from these puzzles and go apply them somewhere else, dipshit.
I get it.
Ava Ne-san, take care of Angie. Yes, of course.
Even though the cousins were the only ones who hadn't given us puzzles, Mom spoke as though I was leaving on a long, long trip. Weird.
Let's go, Angie-chan. The game will be over soon.
I wonder what Grandpa will give us for getting all these medals.
Me too. Still, we've already gotten many things that are far more wonderful than that prize.
What do you mean?
We've all had a lot of fun talking to you like this, Angie-chan.
Huh? I don't get it. You're weird.
Hi, I'm sorry. Let's go then. Now all that's left are the cousins and Beatrice, I guess. What is it? Why'd you tell me to come over here? Is it something to do with Angie? No, sorry, I had to sneeze. That's not it. Oh, is Rudolph gonna... Rudolph put a cigarette in his mouth and toyed with his lighter. Though he should have done this easily, he somehow managed to mess up several times. I wanted to take this to my grave. I want to hide it away in a cat box. I just kept my mouth shut until tomorrow night I'd be able to do that. It'd be easy. I might be killed tonight. That's what I wanted to talk about. I knew it. I knew you were hiding something. Did you? 'Cause I still need more practice. It isn't about Angie, then who is it about? No one talked about Asumu-san, right? It's about Battler. Comes to the same thing. I've tried to behave as an adult towards Battler-kun, right? Even though he's Asumu's son, I've tried to treat him the same as Angie. I do think of him as a child in our family, so don't worry. He's not just a kid in our family. He's my kid, and yours. I'm sorry, but you'll have to let me draw the line there. You don't get it. He's my kid, and he's your kid. What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, so
you got that.
Who cold read this like 4 chapters ago?
You absolutely did. And I was skeptical. I was like, oh no, that's just swapped at birth. They're not gonna go for that.
And it was like, no, who fucking got it?
Yep.
He didn't have a stillbirth. Awesome, who did? Back then when I was double timing the two of you, I got myself stuck and couldn't find a way out. You don't mean that. Asumu and I were married. You and I were cheating. Then Asumu had a stillbirth and you gave birth. My head was a mess with it all. The sin Rudolph committed when his mind was at its most chaotic was to switch the two babies. Yeah, fucking called it. What?
This just doesn't
Put
read.
that one in the fucking SK bucket, because I get those points.
This
give me a
just
medal.
doesn't read plausible to me still, because like, how's that going to happen? One of them's dead. Like,
I can imagine a couple of scenarios where Rudolph has the control, right? And also, generally you're not, during childbirth, it's not unusual for you not to receive your child immediately.
Yeah.
Right after birth, right? And it's someone in a lot of pain. It's conceivable they might not. Still.
I don't understand why this one is the bridge too far from me, but this just doesn't read plausible without a better explanation.
Let's listen to his explanation. I was even better off financially back then. I was young and I didn't give a damn about what lengths I went to.
There we go.
I threatened the hospital while slapping them with money and switched your kid with Asumu's.
Okay, it's instantly plausible now. If the explanation is just he's so rich that he can get a corrupt hospital
Yeah.
to fuck around and do this, then it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was... Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I'm not saying that he went and literally moved the two himself. And no, he threatened someone to do it for. He paid someone to.
Yeah, because he said switched at birth, and
Right.
like at all points up until this, it's been like, okay, well, how would you do that without anyone noticing? And as long as the answer is, oh no, people noticed, he just paid them
To look away.
to look away,
Yes.
then that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, obviously. Right?
I mean,
sorry. I thought this. Is this another one of those things where we're just thinking on different tracks?
probably.
All right.
It's also just one of those things that's like, you know, I don't think any amount of money I could offer could make this happen. So I guess you'd probably
True.
need to,
Be a rich asshole during the 80s.
yeah, and have a hospital which is not record keeping well enough that you can get away with this and so on.
Or be an Usharomia, part of the single wealthiest dynasty of the time. If Kyria had a child, Rudolph would have to maintain two households. However, if Kyria had a stillbirth and the child who survived was Asumu's, that would settle everything. The stillbirth might even have given him a chance to break off his relationship with Kyria. It was a grave sin, one that simply couldn't be forgiven as an act of youthful enthusiasm and immaturity. So why does he think he's gonna die? How does this tie in? No, he thinks he's gonna die, so he's telling everyone this. That we still don't know why he thinks he's gonna die.
Yeah.
That's why I should be apologizing to all three of you. I forced Asumu to raise a kid that wasn't hers. The woman wasn't anywhere near as generous and accepting as she looked. It's a chance she figured it out. However, she raised Battler, who loved her as a mother, with all the affection she had. And in Kyrie and Battler's cases, he had to atone for an even greater sin. He stole every moment of everyday family life that they should have shared as mother and son. Until this very day, Kyria had believed that Battler was Asumu's child. Though she had acted kindly towards him on the surface, she had always kept a distance in her heart between herself and Asumu's son. Finally, Rudolph's conscience had been unable to bear seeing her like that. But... Kyrie sank into a crouch, unable to speak. Feel free to curse me. In fact, I couldn't complain if you killed me where I stand. That's how horrible my sin against you is. This is the secret I want to confess before the cat box closes over us. Battler-kun. I'm so sorry, Kyrie. And to you, Battler. I guess the other hint should have been that they both Battler and Angie have the same hair color.
Mm-hmm.
Although, then again, this isn't their actual hair color, as we know. It's just... And I guess residual self-image. Come to think of it, we've already gone through a ton of puzzles.
Yeah. Now there's only George Oni-chan, Jessica Oni-chan, Battler Oni-chan, and Beatrice left. Oh, they're finally here! We could hardly wait. Thought you might have forgotten about us. Finally, we challenged George Oni-chan and Jessica Oni-chan.
Sorry to keep you waiting. So, did you think up some incredibly hard ones for us?
We decided to give you one puzzle together.
My. Even one riddle from this pair sounds challenging.
It's a special puzzle we made just for Angie-chan, so good luck. I'll solve it. I'll definitely solve it. Okay, then let's go. Jessica-chan, let's set them out. There you go. They placed 3 small, colorful cubic boxes on the table. 2 of these are traps. The other has a medal inside. Angie-chan, do you think you can guess which one has the medal in it? Not without a hint. That would just be luck. That's right. So far, this is just a test of luck with 3 choices.
Monty Hall us.
In other words, your odds of winning are 1 in 3.
George, this isn't a quiz. It really is just a test of luck.
The puzzle comes later. Let's continue. Okay, Angie, which of these has a medal inside, do you think? Just say the first one that pops into your head. A red box, a blue box, and a green box. There's no way to know which one it's in. This really is a test of luck. In a way, this is even worse than a hard puzzle. After all, if you solve a hard puzzle, you'll always be right. But in the very beginning, I picked the almond with a 1 in 15 chance. Compared to that, a 1 in 3 chance is 5 times easier to get. There's no point worrying about it. Might as well test my luck again. Then this one, the red box. Then let's set this box right in front of you. Wouldn't it be great if there was a medal inside? So let's start with a little warm-up. What's the probability of the medal being inside that red box? 1 in 3.
That's right. If this really is a simple test of luck.
Are you sure, Angie? Are you absolutely sure you're happy with that red box? After all, we're going to make you open it in a second. If it's a trap, it'll be really scary. Jessica One-chan grinned threateningly. Are you happy with the red box? The medal might be in the blue box or the green box. Do you want to change your mind? It's not fair for them to scare me like that, not after I've already made my choice. And I know. All the boxes have the same probability of having a medal in them. Whether I try to open the red box or change my mind and try the blue or green boxes, the probability will be the same.
The probability will only change if they reveal the trap from one of the other 2 boxes, in which case we have to switch if we want the better probability. Because the Monty Hall problem fucking doesn't make sense. I understand it, and it still doesn't make sense to me.
So, stick with your first choice is my motto. I'll stay with this red box. I won't change my mind. I'm happy with the red box. I'll bet on it. That's the spirit, but seriously, the traps are terrifying. Why don't we show you just how scary
they are doing the Monty Hall problem. Okay, yeah.
Jessica One-chan laughed creepily, then opens the green box. And then, bang! Pumpkin monsters and ribbon came flying out of the box. It scared me a little. No, that's a lie. It scared me a lot. If that came flying out of the box I opened right at my face, I might fall to my knees and start crying. Angie, are you sure you want the red box? Something really scary might come flying out. Okay. Are you sure you don't want to switch to the blue box? I'm not scared. I'll stick with the red box. You're going a bit overboard, Jessica-chan. So, one of the boxes is now gone, and there's only 2 left. This is where the puzzle starts, Angie-chan.
Yeah, okay.
You mean, which box is the medal in? We have the red box that's been sitting in front of you the whole time, and the blue box here in front of me, which has a higher probability of having a medal inside it.
Yeah, so the answer is the blue box.
That's the puzzle.
So the blue box has a higher probability. It's stupid.
I fucking forget how this works. Why does this work again?
Okay.
I remember that it works, but not why.
Okay, essentially you have your box, right? When you pick them all out, there's a 1 in 3 chance. That means the box that you have has a 1 in 3 chance of having the medal in it, and the boxes that you didn't pick have a 2 out of 3 chance of having the medal in it. You're shown that one of the boxes that you didn't pick doesn't have the medal in it. That means the remaining box still has the 2 out of 3 chance of having the medal in it. Because they very intentionally showed you the one of the 2 that doesn't have a medal in it.
Oh.
So the choices at that point are either, because remember they've forcibly removed one of the 3 probability states.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's the blue box. Yeah. Okay. So let's just see what Ava says about this.
Even though we don't know what's inside, there are 2 boxes, so there's a 50-50 chance of the metal being in either. They're both the same, aren't they?
I thought that too. Still, that would make the answer too obvious, wouldn't it? I wonder if there's some trick here.
Or that itself might be the trick and the obvious answer could be the right one. It might be one of those classic puzzles that trips you up by making you think too hard and suspiciously.
I have 2 questions for you two. Is that all right?
Go ahead.
Who do these 3 boxes belong to? You, Jessica-chan?
Well, yeah.
In other words, you know which colors are traps, right?
Yeah, of course.
So they were able to knowingly pick the one that was... There was no way that the one that they picked could have been...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. And now for my second question. A second ago, you opened one of the boxes to show us how scary the traps were. Would you have done that no matter which one of the boxes Angie-chan chose?
That's right. I figured giving her a bit of a scare would make for a nice psychological warfare tactic.
Yeah.
I'm doing psyops.
Thanks. Those hints will be enough. Thank you.
Hints? Huh?
Yeah.
I'm completely lost. How were Aunt Ava's questions just now hints?
Because probability is fucked up in arcane science. It's actual math, and like you could see the proofs until like you're blue in the face, right? But probability. You want to know the truth? Probability, despite being like completely grounded, hard, mathematical. I cannot believe the shit that comes out of it sometimes. It's shit like this that makes me like, you sure? You sure? If I didn't already know this, I would be hard-pressed to be convinced otherwise.
Oh, the odds are better for the blue box. And why's that? Well, I just sorta...
Think back to the 15-slice cake that you found the almond in. If there was only one almond, the odds of winning were 1 in 15, right?
Yeah, 1 in 15. I figured that out when the cake first appeared. I thought that waiting for a lot of people to get wrong ones would make my chances for winning higher. But in the end, no matter when I ate my slice, the odds were still 1 in 15.
Still, Angie-chan, what if the servants were also having cake and it started with 20 slices?
Huh? What?
This is a party, right? It's not fair that the servants don't get any cake, don't you think? So let's say it was originally a 20-slice cake. Servants took out 5 slices, then redecorated it as a 15-slice cake and let you choose a slice. If so, what would your chances of choosing the right slice be?
If there really were 20 slices, then the chances would be 1 in 20.
However, the servants know where the almond is, so they chose 5 slices for themselves that had no almonds. In other words, they removed 5 losing slices. That would mean your chances of winning were 1 in 15, not 1 in 20.
They took out losing slices, so the odds would obviously go up. Just now, Jessica-san did the same thing. Jessica-chan removed one of the 2 boxes you didn't choose. In other words, the odds that the remaining box you didn't choose was the winner went up a bit, right? I sort of get it, but not really, even though I'm giving the puzzle. If you remove a losing box, it's only natural that your chances of getting the right one go up. And just now, Jessica One-chan removed a losing box from the pair of boxes I didn't choose.
Yeah.
So doesn't it make sense that my odds of winning with those boxes went up? Now I'm getting confused. Actually, you really are incredible, Angie-chan. Even though you're only 6, you're trying to understand posterior probability, a concept in probability theory. Probability really is interesting. I'm sure you'll like it when you get into high school and college. Go and enjoy studying it all you can. My little head was already filled to the brim. Bewildered, I had to beg Aunt Ava for an explanation. Aunt Ava wore a bitter smile, too. I'll bet she doesn't really get it herself. As we felt a sense of connection through this failure, we happily grasped the medals we had wrangled out of them.
Oh, we got 2 medals for knowing the Monty Hall problem. I feel like that one's almost because that's like the one you're most likely to know about ahead of time and presented without any kind of embellishment, right? It's just... Were you in high school once and did someone show this to you?
But at the same time, they gave you a path you could work it out by.
True. And
they
priming you with the
clued you in
cake
with the
stuff
cake.
earlier.
Yeah. Angie-chan, could you come over here for a second? What is it, Aunt Ava was talking with Mom and the others, and since it looked like they'd be a while, I went over to George Oni-chan and Jessica Oni-chan. What? It looks like the quiz tournament's almost over. Yeah, there's only Battler Oni-chan and Beatrice left. I'm starting to get sleepy. It's probably because of that adult drink I swiped from Dad. I felt floaty ever since I drank that. That floaty feeling keeps getting stronger, and I've been feeling sleepy for a while now. I gave a huge yawn. Sleepy? Yeah, if I had a sofa, I'd probably fall asleep. I see. Then I guess it's almost time for this party to end. The party will end if I fall asleep, but I just wanted to take a nap while everyone else kept having fun. Was our puzzle just now a hard one? Yeah, I still don't really get it. And I'm sleepy. It's called posterior probability. That's what we call it when the probability of something changes because we learn or fail to learn some piece of information.
It's fucked up.
Did George
It's
Oni-chan
arcade.
call me all the way over here to lecture me on math? For some reason, I feel even sleepier now.
I have a degree on mathematics, and I still think this is fucked up in arcade.
So, if we have 1 almond and 10 slices of cake, our chances of getting it are 10%. But what if we learn that those 10 pieces were chosen at random from 100 pieces? You'd think that the probability went from 1 in 10 to 1 in 100, right? Absolutely nothing has changed about your slice of cake. Depending on whether you know or don't know a certain fact, the probability of your slice being a winner changes. Doesn't that sound strange? That sounds hard, so I don't want to think about it. Angie, please just listen until the end. Oh, Angie, please just listen until the end. Jessica One-chan's voice grew a bit stern. As young as I was, I couldn't understand what all this was supposed to mean to me. There's only one thing I want to tell you, so please don't forget this. What? In the future, various bits of information will affect the slice of cake in your hands. By learning about those, the insides of your slice might change. Sometimes they'll change into things you want, but most likely almost all the changes will be bad ones. The truth is always right there in your hands, Angie. Don't you think it's stupid to let it change around just because you hear other people talking? Just because they think the truth should be one thing or another? The truth inside of you has been in your hands since the beginning. The nature of that truth is actually something you decide for yourself. You change it yourself depending on what you hear and what you refuse to listen to. You probably don't get what we're saying, but you have to understand. Even if you can't understand when you're 6 years old, I'm sure you will once 12 years have passed. With very serious expressions on their faces, they grasped my shoulders as they spoke. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. The truth that lies in your hands is not unchangeable. You'll be interfered with in many ways that'll make it change, so if the truth in your hands is really important to you, you need to protect it yourself. Don't forget it.
Which comes back to what Battler was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I like how they related that into the versions of events you've been seeing have all been influenced by the public's perception of the public figures of the persona.
In conclusion,
Public personas of the Ushiromiya family.
In conclusion, the purpose of Umineko no Nakukoro ni is to teach you about Bayesian probability.
Yes, that is the conclusion. Yes.
Next is Oni-chan and Beatrice's puzzles, and then I'm done.
Oh, really? Well, even though there were so many of us, it looks like it's finally over.
How was it? Did you enjoy tonight's party? Yeah, it was fun, but I think I'm a bit sleepy.
That's no surprise considering how much we've been running around.
I rubbed my eyes. I must have gotten really excited. But whenever I get excited, I'm always tired afterwards. Right now, I'd rather have a sofa to lie on than medals. I've got a special puzzle just for you, but are you sure you want it? If you're sleepy, you can stop now. No, I've come this far, so I'll keep going. Oni-chan and Beato laughed at my yawn.
Looks like it's time to call it a day.
Indeed. Angie, let us leave my puzzle for later. It's too difficult to be solved by one with eyes as sleepy as that. No way. I've come this far, and I also want Oni-chan's medal. I'm just so sleepy.
Angie drifted over to a chair in the corner of the room and plopped down onto it. Then she closed her eyes and sat there like a doll. It didn't take long before the cute sound of her breathing in her sleep could be heard. When we saw that Angie was finally asleep, Beato spoke softly.
Quiet, please, everyone. Angie fell asleep.
When she spoke, the peaceful chatter that had filled the room fell silent. Everyone looked down into Angie's sleeping face. Each of them wore an affectionate gaze as if they'd just watched a baby finally drift to sleep.
Did Angie-chan have a good time? But of course, the feeling might not be so strong now, but one day she will surely remember tonight's party and understand how fun it was.
You're right. It was fun for us too, getting to play with Angie-chan. By this point, everyone was standing in a wide circle around Angie as she slept. Now that the guest of honor was asleep, this Halloween party had reached its conclusion.
So long, my granddaughter. I was so pleased to have this chance to play with you again after 12 years. It matters not if you forget everything about me, remember me as an arrogant despot, but every now and then, just try and remember how much I adored you.
Try to remember, I'm just young, you have a long life ahead of you. Even after 12 years, there's so much for you to experience. I pray that you find this life meaningful and worthwhile.
You're the final grandchild and daughter of the Ushuaia family. All of us pray for your happiness.
Angie-chan, stay well. Happiness isn't something you find, it's something you make. And in fact, memories work the same way.
True! There are some things that only we truly understand when we think back on them years later.
Make sure you remember my pretty face every now and then. Just having you remember us is the greatest memorial service we could ever have.
Oh, come on. It's not like we're dying. We're just going to the inside of the cat box. The other side of the curtain.
That's right. It's not even a curtain. It's just like we are now. Angie-chan's there sleeping away. The rest of us are right by her side, watching over her. We'll always be with her.
All of them still wore warm smiles, but the sound of sniffling came from several places throughout the room. This party wasn't only for the girl who wasn't able to be here this day. It was also for all those people who weren't able to meet her here, who never had the chance to say goodbye.
Angie, live life strongly. Our blood flows through your veins, and it'll definitely bring you strength.
Ava-ne-san, take care of our daughter. She's not honest with herself, and she'll often be selfish and short-tempered. She might be a pain all the time, but I'll make sure she finds happiness. As long as she wants it for herself.
Oh, Angie-sama, it's okay if you forget my face, but please at least remember the taste of my good cooking. Remember, in the kitchen, I can't lose.
And I won't ask you to remember old Kumasawa, but please at least remember the taste of mackerel juice.
Someone said, "When did you feed her that?" And everyone laughed wryly.
Her face looks so cute, sleeping there like that. She looks like an angel, just like her name.
Ew, she's not an angel. She's a witch. Angie's the final witch. Angie, Beatrice.
I wonder if that magic will bring her happiness.
You'll become a white witch or a black witch. That's for Angie to choose. I've shown her both sides.
I'm sure a painful life lies ahead for you. You'll probably believe that you're all alone in this world, but we will always be right there behind you, cheering you on. Don't forget that. Angie, don't forget yourself, your happiness, your fate. These are all things you create for yourself. Only you can choose them. No one else can give you them. And no one else can hide them from you. Don't forget that.
I'm sure your message reached her.
I hope so.
I'm certain the tale of the two of us will help Angie-sama understand.
Yeah. Don't you have anything to tell her, George-sama? I've already said all I wanted with that box puzzle. Will that puzzle teach her something? I don't know, but I do know that she's wise. I'm sure she'll learn something from it. Angie-sama, I pray that you're guided along the right path as you move toward the future.
One by one, they stepped forward and said words of farewell to Angie. Then finally, Battler and Beato walked forward. Oh, Angie, were you able to remember everyone, at least a little bit? Of course, Angie didn't answer in her sleep, but Battler continued. It's true that the Ushiromias are a strange family. We're super rich, and that's given rise to all sorts of rumors and stories. However, that's all speculation made by people outside the island.
No one will blame you for forgetting these kind memories, young as you were, but even so, you must remember. It is not a sin to forget, but to not remember again is a sin.
All of
Battler.
All of us were... For fuck's sake! How long am I gonna have to deal with that, huh? I thought... I've been spending the whole answer arcs paying you back for that. I'm sorry.
My message for you, Angie, is always remember times when you feel happy.
Oh, fuck off. All of us were really happy to have you at this party. Right, everyone? Everyone nodded at Battler's words. Everyone knew about the merciless and lonely life that awaited her. Until she dies at throwing herself off a skyscraper, apparently. It was no longer possible for them to heal those wounds. There was one thing they could do. Oh! Hello, goodbye. It was to make her remember what a kind, fun family she once had. To remind her that both today and into the future they would always care for her and watch over her.
It goes without saying that this is an illusion. You cannot come to Rokkenjima on October 4th, 1986. This whole party we shared was all a magical illusion created by the game master, Battler.
Well, maybe don't call me by that title, but you've remembered, right? You've remembered the truth about how kind everyone was, and how much of a blast we all had at the family conferences, right? Angie breathed softly in her sleep. Who knows if those words truly reached her? Aunt Ava. Take care of her for us, alright? Do you really think I deserve to become her mother? I do. Even though your own sadness was so unbearable. You tried so hard to be a mother for Angie. But in the end, It's okay. Angie, I want you to listen carefully. Battler grasped Angie's hand, then took Ava's hand and joined the two hands together. We know that a tragic fate leads to a future where you two hurt each other. It's a sad thing for Angie, and just as sad for Aunt Ava. It would have been cruel to ask you to open your heart to her. Likewise, it would have been cruel to ask Aunt Ava to keep overcoming her sadness after being rejected.
Neither of you is at fault.
Even so, we have no right to tell you to forgive her. So we won't. Just try to understand. Doesn't matter how long it takes, how far into the future it happens. Just try and understand, Aunt Ava. And every once in a while, remember us.
I concur. And every once in a while, remember this merry, cheerful, attractive paragon of a woman, and chant my name in praise 3 times every day.
Ugh, stump. The relative smiled bitterly, apparently disagreeing with some of that last bit. Ava softly stroked Angie's cheek and spoke one last time. It's okay if you don't forgive your aunt, but it's true that I don't hate you. At least understand that much. Ava wiped her eyes and slowly stood up. Hideyoshi held her shoulder, and Rudolph and Kiria gathered around her as well. Genji-san, would you mind carrying Angie to somewhere where she can lie down? As you wish. Shall I take her to the guest house?
It would be a little too sad to leave her there all alone.
Oh, you're right. Could you carry her to a sofa in the parlor? That way she'll be able to come back if she wakes up and feels like joining in again. Genji gently lifted Angie up and carried her towards the parlor. Everyone continued to watch over her as she left. I'm not crying, you're crying.
Shannon, Cannon. In the end, how many medals did Angie gather? She got 15 medals. I see. Then place this by her pillow.
Yes, as you wish. Genji carried Angie to the parlor and set her down on the sofa. Shannon quietly laid a warm blanket on top of her. Cannon placed a message card by her pillow, along with that thing Kinzo had handed them. The message card read as follows. It's from Kinzo, so.
We'll all be with you, always, from the whole Ushiromiya family.
And there, right by her pillow, was the gift from Kinzo. A Beatrice corsage. Angie, mumbling in her sleep, held it tightly against her cheek. The Beatrice corsage will allow you to unlock new costumes when you play on New Game Plus. Let us go. We mustn't wake her. Nae-san.
Yeah.
Shannon thought she saw something glittering silver near Angie's eye. The servants left and closed the parlor door. And as Angie slept, she wrapped up in the soft sound of the rain. Surely she was reliving that fun evening once more in her dreams. God damn it. How is it that just doing a fucking quiz show at the end is like the saddest thing, huh?
Game of the year, all year, every year.
All year, every
Can't believe that peak emotional experience is losing a quiz game to a 9-year-old and then crying.
We'll see you all next time, everyone.
Peace.
Oh, and now that we're past this part, feel free to let us know in the comments, like if there was something that we missed that we need to do to get perfect. I don't think there is. That doesn't feel right for the game, but if there is, leave it in a spoiler tag, and we'll notice when we go back.
I'd be slightly annoyed if the answer was you had to get all the puzzle things right. But if it is, let us.
Here's the thing. I don't think it would, because I think
Yeah,
that would
me
kind of
too.
miss the point, right?
Yep.
Then again, I said that about having multiple choice stuff at the very beginning of this series, and now look where that's led us, right? So, what the fuck do I know?
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.